Sam found me on the back porch during my own engagement party and said, "You are not getting in that car." I had my keys in one hand and a plate of cold appetizers in the other, operating under the very reasonable belief that 4 beers and mild irritation still counted as a functional driving state. "I am completely fine," I told her. "You are standing next to a grill like it personally wronged you. That grill has feelings too." She did not smile easily, but something in her face shifted, just barely. Sam was Paige's maid of honor, which meant I knew her the way you know someone who has been present at every major event of your relationship without ever really becoming part of your life directly. She was efficient, sharp, and usually kept enough distance that it read as professionalism. Tonight, she looked exhausted by the whole evening. The backyard was still full behind us. String lights, someone's cousin doing card tricks badly, a speaker playing music too loud for a Tuesday. Paige was somewhere near the kitchen with my groomsman, Derek. She had been over there a while. I had noticed, and then done the impressive thing men do where you notice something and immediately talk yourself out of noticing it. Paige had asked Sam to make sure I got home okay. "That's thoughtful of her," Sam said, in a tone that suggested she did not fully believe it. "Don't read into it," she added, handing her drink to someone else and glancing toward the kitchen doorway. I looked over there too. Paige's laugh carried over the music, easy and bright. Derek's laugh followed a half-second later. I waited for the usual tightness in my chest to turn into something like anger. It did not. It turned into something duller and heavier instead. "Where is she?" I asked. "Busy," Sam said. "Doing what?" "Being Paige." That was the first fully honest sentence anyone had said to me all night. I should have walked over there. I should have asked my own fiancée why she was steering me toward the door at our own party while keeping my friend close. I did not do either of those things. Not because I was afraid of a scene, but because I was tired in a specific way. The kind that comes from being the reliable one for so long you forget you are allowed to be tired at all. Sam held her keys out. "Come on, I'll drive you." My place is 15 minutes from here, and I already know where you live, which is somehow both comforting and a little unsettling. "I've picked Paige up from your apartment more than once," she said. "Don't get used to the courtesy." I checked my phone. No message from Paige. No, "Are you okay?" No, "Wait for me." Nothing. "Fine," I said. "But if you start narrating my hydration levels, I'm opening the door at the next stop sign." She was already walking toward her car. "Great, then drink water like a functioning adult and we'll call it even." If I had known what that 15-minute drive would eventually become, I might have paid closer attention to the moment my old life quietly clicked shut behind me. Sam drove an old blue hatchback with a phone mount that would not stay level and a back seat full of folders from work she clearly meant to grade at some point and never did. She did not put music on right away. The silence sat between us like a third passenger who had also had enough of the party. After a couple of blocks, she glanced over. "You okay?" "I'm trying to figure out if that's concern or guilt," I said. "Can it be both?" "At least you're self-aware." She exhaled through her nose, almost a laugh. "Paige shouldn't have treated you like part of the furniture tonight," she said. "Furniture gets dusted occasionally," I said. "Not at her place, apparently." That got an actual laugh out of her, short and involuntary. "There he is," she said. "There who is? The guy everyone describes as boring. Turns out you have jokes, under very specific medical conditions." She tapped the wheel. "Do you want to go home?" "That was the plan." "Yeah, but you look like a man who's going to sit alone in his apartment and stare at a wall for 3 hours. That's a hobby, not a crisis." "Come to mine for an hour," she said, and before I could answer added, "Not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter." You were about to say something else. I was about to say Paige might not love that. Sam's jaw tightened slightly. "Paige told me to get you home safe," she said. She didn't specify who's home. That was the kind of sentence that sounds harmless until you notice 3 separate decisions had already been made inside it without you. "Why?" I asked. "Why your place?" She stopped at a red light, hands steady on the wheel. "Because you look like you need to not be alone right now, and because I'm irritated enough with her tonight that I don't trust myself to go back inside." "You always this blunt?" I asked. "No, usually I'm worse," she said. I looked out the window at the empty street. 1 hour, I said. "Look at you, negotiating from a position of power," she said. "I contain multitudes." She almost smiled again. Her apartment was small and clean. A couch with a blanket folded over the arm. A kitchen counter with exactly 1 plant on it. A wall of photos near the hallway. Several of them her and Paige laughing at some other party years ago. That one landed harder than I expected it to. Sam noticed me looking. "I can turn that around," she said. "You don't have to." "I kind of do," she said, and walked over and laid the frame face down without any drama at all. It was such a small, practical gesture that I did not know what to do with the feeling it gave me. Water? She asked. Please. She put on some ridiculous compilation of cooking failures. People dropping trays, burning pans, launching an omelet directly into a ceiling fan. It was stupid enough to work. I sat there with my jacket still on, watching strangers ruin dinner, and felt the pressure in my chest loosen by maybe half an inch. Not happy, just less crushed. Sam sat with one leg tucked under her, present in a way that did not ask for anything, which was somehow more disarming than if she had been trying. Then her phone lit up on the coffee table. Paige's name. Sam looked at it, then at me. Don't answer, I said. Might be about you, she said. It kept buzzing. She picked it up. Putting you on speaker, she said. Your call, whether you say anything. Before I could decide, she answered. Hey, Sam said. Paige's voice came through, loose and bright in a way that made my stomach drop before she even said anything specific. Where'd you go? Paige asked. Home, Sam said. Did you take Derek with you, or... I drove Ethan, Sam said, using my name carefully, like she was testing the air. Oh, is he there? Paige asked. Sam looked directly at me. I did not move. No, she said. I wanted to know what Paige sounded like when she thought I was gone, and I hated myself a little for wanting that and letting the lie stand anyway. Paige laughed softly. Good. I need to tell you something and you cannot judge me, she said. Sam's face changed slightly. I'm already concerned, she said. It's not that bad, Paige said, which is exactly what people say right before it is. Derek and I have just been talking all night, she said. You mean flirting all night? Sam said flatly. Maybe, Paige said, and laughed again. Paige, don't use that tone, Paige said. You know how Ethan gets. He's sweet, but he's so careful about everything. Derek actually keeps up with me. I stared at the blank television between videos and watched my own reflection sitting there like an idiot in his own engagement party's aftermath. Sam's voice went flat. Ethan is your fiancé, she said. I know. God, don't make it sound like I'm on trial, Paige said. You're 26, not 16, Sam said. I'm just saying, sometimes it feels like Ethan is safe, like he's good on paper, but Derek makes me feel wanted, Paige said. I almost laughed, not because any of it was funny, but because there was something absurd about hearing your own fiancé review you out loud like a returned appliance. Why are you telling me this? Sam asked. Because I need to know if I'm a horrible person for even thinking about calling off the wedding, Paige said. Sam's eyes flicked to me. I gave the smallest shake of my head. Don't. Not yet. Then, as your friend, Sam said carefully, don't do anything messy tonight. You're no fun, Paige said. I'm sober, Sam said. Clearly I'm not, Paige said, laughing again, softer now. Derek just asked if I'm coming back inside. My ears rang. I stood up because sitting there had become physically impossible. Sam's hand moved toward me, stopping halfway. Paige, she said, and there was a warning folded into the single word. What now? Paige asked. Go home alone tonight, Sam said. You're being dramatic, Paige said. No, I'm being the only person on this call using a functioning brain, Sam said. Whatever, I'll text you tomorrow, Paige said, and the call ended. Neither of us spoke. The cooking video kept playing, someone dropping a tray of cupcakes off screen. Sam reached over and turned the television off. I'm sorry, she said. I didn't know she was going to say that. I know she's wrong, she added. That landed worse than if she'd said nothing at all. Don't do that, I said. Do what? Try to patch the hole with a sentence. She took it without flinching. Fair, she said. I picked up my jacket. You shouldn't drive, she said. I'm not driving anywhere. I'll call a car at 2 a.m. No, she said. Stay on the couch. I'll take the chair. I don't care, but you're not wandering around half-wrecked after that. I'm not half-wrecked, I said. No, now you're angry and humiliated, which is worse, she said. I have blankets. I don't want to be here, I said. I know, she said, but I don't want you alone with that phone call replaying all night either. That's weirdly thoughtful of you, I said. I have a brand, she said. What brand is that? Mildly difficult. Strong market position. Near the hallway, she paused. Ethan. Yeah, you don't have to decide anything tonight. I looked at the floor. I already decided one thing, I said. What? I'm done being the guy people discuss like he's not in the room. She nodded once. Good, she said, and disappeared down the hall. I didn't sleep much. Her words kept looping. Safe. Good on paper. Derek makes me feel wanted. It wasn't even that she wanted someone else that hurt the most. It was the casual, practiced way she'd measured me out loud to her friend, like I was a reliable appliance that simply didn't match the rest of the kitchen. Around 6, I gave up on sleep and sat up. Sam was already in the kitchen. "You're up," she said. "Coffee, eggs. I thought you couldn't cook." "I prepare ingredients for the trash," she said. "The eggs are for confidence, not survival." She burned the first piece of toast, scraped it into the sink, and dared me with a look not to comment. I said nothing. "Smart man," she said, sliding a mug across the counter. "I talked to Paige for a second last night, after you went quiet," she said. "I was there," I said. "After," she said. She sent 3 texts. None of them asked if you got home, okay? That shouldn't have surprised me, and it still did. "What were they about?" I asked. Sam hesitated. "Say it," I said. She asked if I thought Derek was serious about her, Sam said. I nodded slowly. "Of course I didn't answer that," she added. "I believe you," I said. We sat at her small table and ate mostly in silence. "I need to say something, and it might make this more awkward," she finally said. "Which is impressive, since we're already fairly high on the scale. Go ahead." "What she did was ugly, not just messy." "Ugly," Sam said. I said nothing. "And I'm not saying that because you're sitting here," she added. "I've watched her take you for granted for months. Everyone has honestly." "Great," I said. "Public programming." "No, it's good you finally see it," she said. "You were good to her, maybe too good. That doesn't make you weak. It means she got used to effort she never had to earn back." I looked down at my plate. "Are you going to talk to her?" Sam asked. "Not today," I said. "I don't want to give her a stage." "She'll build one anyway," Sam said. "Then she can perform without me," I said. She drove me home at 8. Outside my building, she left the engine running. "You don't have to wait," I said. "I know," she said, "but you look like a man who might turn around and walk to another state." "Tempting," I said, stepping out. "Thank you," I added. "You're welcome," she said. "And for the record, your eggs were edible." "Get out of my car," she said, almost smiling. Paige texted twice that day. "Did you get home?" "Hello." No apology, no real concern, just the mild irritation of someone whose belongings had briefly gone missing. Derek sent nothing at all, which told me everything. I didn't call, didn't text, didn't block either. I just quietly stepped out of the pattern. I canceled the tasting appointment for the following weekend, stopped sharing my location, took my card off the delivery account she used when she stayed over, and packed the sweater and makeup bag she'd left behind into a paper bag that went into my closet. Not dramatic, just done. The first day she sent irritated messages. "Are you mad? This is childish. Ethan, answer me." The second day the tone shifted. "I miss you. Can we talk? I feel like you're punishing me and I don't even know what I did." That one nearly worked, not because I believed it, but because the old reflex was strong. Reliable Ethan, reasonable Ethan, the man who explained himself so everyone else could feel comfortable. I typed 3 replies and deleted all of them. On the 3rd night, I called Sam. She answered on the 2nd ring. "You're alive," she said. "Debatable," I said. I was starting to wonder if silence was your healing plan or your new personality. "Testing both," I said. "How's it going?" "Poorly," she said, and there was a small sound that might have been a laugh. "I wanted to ask you something," I said. "Okay. Would you get coffee with me tomorrow?" A pause, small but real. "Coffee?" she repeated. "Yes, as in checking whether you're functioning. As in, I want to see you." The silence went long enough that I wondered if I'd just made everything worse. Then she said, "Ethan, I know." "Do you?" I said. "I know it's complicated," she said. "That's a small word for a large mess," I said. "I'm not asking you to solve it. I'm asking Paige's former fiancé to have coffee with you." "I'm not former anything yet," I said. "You're retired," she said. I laughed, actually laughed. "That was not funny," she said. "It was a little funny," she admitted. 11, she said. "The place on 9th. "I'll be there," I said. "And Ethan," she added, "if this is about her, don't come." "I'm going to hold you to that," she said. "It's not," I said. I got there early. She was already outside, leaning against the window with a cup in her hand. "I panicked and ordered before you got here," she said. "Strong start," I said. "I don't wait well. I overthink well," I said. "Between the two of us, we could ruin a simple coffee," she said. We walked instead of sitting. It was easier side by side than face to face. We talked about ordinary things first. Her job, my job, terrible roommates in college, how Paige always picked restaurants and then complained about the menu once seated. Sam stopped herself. "Sorry," she said. "It's fine," I said. "No, we said we wouldn't make this about her," she said. "We didn't," I said. She just wandered in uninvited. Sam nearly spilled her coffee laughing. We ended up at a small park 2 blocks over. What are you doing about her? Sam asked eventually, staring at the grass instead of me. That's not sustainable. Forever, she added. I know, I said. She knows too. I'm just not answering yet. That's not the same as ending it, Sam said. No, it's not, I admitted. I'm not judging you, she said. I just need to know what ground I'm standing on. That was fair. More than fair. I should end it properly, I said. Should I? She looked at me directly. I'm not saying that because of us, she said. There isn't an us, I said, too quickly. There could be, she said, evenly. And I need to know if that's something you'd ever actually choose, or if I'm just the version of comfort you found on a bad night. That question deserved more than charm. I don't know yet, I said. So don't trust anything I say right now. Watch what I do instead. And what will you do? She asked. Not hide you like something to be ashamed of. Not use you to send her a message. Not rush you faster than you want to go. I'm still angry. I'm still hurt. But when I'm with you, I'm not thinking about her. And that's the difference. Her eyes softened, but she didn't fully give in. Good answer, she said. Do I get a grade? B+, she said. Harsh. You lost points for being reasonable. It's very annoying. I'll try to be worse, I said. Please don't, she said. And something in the air between us finally settled into something honest. 3 weeks later, I called Paige and told her we needed to talk that day. Not by text. She called within 30 seconds. I looked at the wall while she talked, and when the moment came, I said it plainly. I'm ending this. Silence. Then a short laugh. No, you're not, she said. I am, I said. You don't get to decide that alone. After ignoring me for weeks, she said. I just did, I said. What did Sam tell you? She asked immediately. Interesting. That's your first question, I said. She didn't have to tell me anything, I added. I heard everything myself, from the couch, on speaker, the night of the engagement party. The silence on the other end lasted long enough that I could hear her breathing change. That's not, she started. It's exactly what it sounded like, I said. Safe. Good on paper. Derek makes you feel wanted. I remember all of it. Ethan, she said, quieter now. I'll leave your things with the front desk, I said, and ended the call before she could rebuild the argument she was clearly assembling. For a couple of weeks, Sam and I were careful, not hiding exactly, but not walking into old shared spaces holding hands either. Paige told mutual friends her version first, the short one, the one where I disappeared for no reason and Sam swooped in. Most people didn't ask questions. A few did. Then, on a Saturday, Sam and I ran into 2 people from the old group at a farmer's market, holding hands without thinking about it. Their eyes moved from our faces to our hands and stayed there a beat too long. Didn't know you 2 were seeing each other, one of them said carefully. Now you do, I said. By that evening, my phone was lit up like I'd won something I never entered. Paige showed up at my apartment 2 days later, buzzing the intercom until I let her up out of simple exhaustion. She stood in the hallway, furious, already performing for an audience that wasn't there. You brought her into this, she said, seeing Sam standing near the kitchen behind me. I came on my own, Sam said evenly. You don't get to act brave now, Paige snapped. I do, actually, Sam said. Paige turned back to me. 3 weeks, Ethan. 3 weeks, and you've already replaced me with my own maid of honor. I stepped into the doorway, calm in a way that surprised even me. The beginning wasn't the farmer's market, I said. It wasn't Sam's apartment either. It was your own engagement party, when you sent me off in someone else's car so you could stay in the kitchen with Derek. Her face changed. And later that night, you called Sam and told her I was safe, good on paper, that Derek made you feel wanted. I was on that couch the entire time. I heard every word. The color drained out of her argument all at once. You were listening, she said quietly. I was sitting there, I said. That's different from hiding. Her eyes filled, and I could see her calculating whether tears would work the way they probably had before. I was drunk, she said. I said things. People say things. You said you were thinking about calling off the wedding, I said. You did not end it. You ignored me, she said, some steel coming back into her voice. That part is fair, I said. I own that part. But I didn't sit with your best friend discussing trading you in while you were down the hall at your own party. That's the difference. She looked past me to Sam. So that's it. You're choosing him. I'm choosing myself first, Sam said. And myself doesn't stay close to someone who talks about people that way when she thinks no one's listening. Paige left with the paper bag of her things and didn't look back when she reached the elevator. Sam and I stood in the doorway for a long moment after the hallway went quiet. Are you okay? I asked. No, she said. Me neither, I admitted. We stayed on the couch until the food we'd been cooking went cold, then reheated it, because apparently even the end of an engagement still requires dinner. The fallout was exactly what you'd expect. Some friends drifted toward Paige's shorter, simpler version. A few asked real questions and got real answers. A couple of them, to their credit, eventually apologized for assuming the worst without asking first. A year later, my life looks nothing like it did that night on the porch. I have a different apartment, a used truck I actually enjoy driving, and a habit of double-checking my own reflexes before I let anyone talk me out of what I already know. Sam and I didn't rush anything. We kept separate places for a long time, learned how to choose each other without needing a crisis to justify it. When we finally started talking about moving in together, it didn't feel like escape. It felt like direction. Sometimes she still brings up that first night. "I almost told Paige to call you a car myself," she said once. "Why didn't you?" I asked. "Because you looked like nobody in that whole backyard was actually seeing you," she said. "And you did," I said. "I did," she said. I used to think love meant proving